Hey, guess what's happening on this week's episode of the Beating Diabetes Lifestyle Podcast with your friend and host, Oscar Camejo.
If you've been stressed out over the slow progress of your weight loss journey and it just seems like you're not getting any results, listen, I understand. You've probably stepped on the scale recently and you're still not where you want to be. You're not meeting your goals, or it feels like you're just missing the mark at every turn. You've tried everything. You know, it's been a while and it feels like you're not getting any results. In fact, you probably feel like things are going backwards for you. You've tried everything you know to do, to eat healthy, to exercise, take your vitamins, go see your doctor, all the things they tell you to do, but nothing seems to be working. It seems like you're just spinning your wheels. You're in the mud and you're just spinning your wheels. And it seems like, you know what? The more I do, the more I try is just tough. This week, I decided to go a different route. You know, I'm not going to give you the 10 steps to this or the top reasons for that or whatnot. I think some of you all just need a little bit of encouragement. You need to hear something to really help you to deal with the stress of what's going on. Because listen, I know what it is. You're probably stressed out, you're frustrated, you're worried, and there's just all these different things just coming at you from left to right. You're dealing with personal issues probably. On top of that, you have health challenges. And you know what? I get it. Diabetes does not have to win. Diabetes does not have to win. Welcome to this week's edition of the Beating Diabetes Lifestyle Podcast with me, your host, Oscar Camejo. The goal of this podcast is to help diabetics make lifestyle changes to reverse type 2 diabetes. So I'm glad that you are joined in to listen to this week's episode. When I started my weight loss journey way back, over a year ago, I was overweight. I was tired. I was stressed out. I was frustrated. And to find out I had type 2 diabetes on top of all of that, not liking how I looked in the mirror, hearing that I need to eat better and exercise, I felt like there was no end in sight. I didn't have all the answers. But one thing I'm glad that I eventually learned back when I started my weight loss journey and my journey toward good health, I learned the value of not stressing out when my progress seemed slow. I know for some of you all may be saying, hey, that's easy for you to say, Oscar, you're physically fit. You reverse type 2 diabetes and you lost all this weight and XYZ. So it's easy for you to say that. Well, to be honest, it wasn't easy when I was going through the process. It's not easy now, and I just want to let you know that you're not alone in this. I just feel like this episode, I just need to encourage you where you are right now and the state that you're in and the condition that you're in and the place that you're in your life. I know it's not easy. I know that someone out there listening could use a little talk, a voice to really be encouraging, to really inspire you to keep moving, because you probably just are like, man, I've tried the diet programs. I got the exercise equipment. I got all this other stuff. And right now it's just like, God, man. So listen, I know it's tough. I know you may want to give up. I know you want to throw in the towel. I know maybe the last time you went to the gym, you felt like you were just going through the motions and you just did not feel like it. You didn't feel like getting out the car and stepping into the gym. You didn't feel like going to the park to walk. You didn't feel like cooking anything good. So you decided, hey, you know what? I'm just going to eat whatever because I just don't feel like doing anything good right now. I'm just sad. I'm just depressed. I get it. I want to be that voice for you that lets you know that I can relate. I can totally relate to what you're going through. It's tough. I know. You got a lot on your shoulders. You got a lot of responsibilities. People are counting on you, whether it's work, family, children, spouse, friends, parents. and you're having to make big decisions for everyone else, and you've probably been putting yourself aside and your health aside to make everybody else happy. But you know what? I know your progress may be slow and you feel like maybe you've not been making any progress at all. But let me say this to you. Slow, steady progress does not mean no progress. Yeah, you may be busy helping other people and you may have little time to yourself and you may be not seeing results right now. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to slow down. And as a matter of fact, I want you to pause and really think about the fact that you can make it. You will make it. I want you to hear me loud and clear. You will make it. No matter how long it takes, you will succeed. I know it's easy for me to say that, right? But trust me, it took me a while to change my mindset and my mind frame about myself. And that played a big role in me changing my life and doing whatever I needed to do to transform and have a new lifestyle. You know, the famous statue, David, is called David. It was actually created by Michelangelo in the 1500s. And it is said that it took him 3 years to work on that project. 3 years to create a statue. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't easy. You know, a couple of episodes before, I wanted you all to really think about a sculptor, when he creates a sculpture or a statue. It takes a while. He sees that unformed marble, that stone has no shape. No, it hasn't taken shape yet because he hasn't worked on it yet. But he grabbed all the tools that he needed, but he started visualizing. A sculptor starts to visualize what that work of art is going to be before he starts chiseling away. So I know your progress may be slow and steady, but hey, listen, you can accomplish your goal of being healthy and lose weight and reverse type 2 diabetes and reverse some other conditions you may be dealing with. I want to encourage you to not give up, not cave in, not to quit. Wherever you are right now, you have to tell yourself that you will succeed. You will create the statue of your life. And it's a beautiful thing. It's wonderfully made. You have to think about that ahead of time. You have to see yourself. I want you to start seeing yourself and picturing the life that you want, the health that you want, the body that you want, no matter how long it takes. Listen, there were days early on where, you know, I would pack my gym bag and just sit in a parking lot before even leaving my home, just sitting in the parking lot like, man, do I really want to go today? And I crank up the car, I drive and just feeling just awful going to the gym. And then you get to the gym and I remember a couple of times I just sat there in the parking lot and just laid my head back. And a couple of times I fell asleep because I was just that tired. I wasn't motivated. But then I would wake up and I would look at the front door of the gym and say, okay, you know, I'm going to go in. And the moment I stepped foot in the gym, it was just like sometimes something just overcame my senses and was like, okay, I made it. I would go into the locker room, change, lock the locker, and take one step forward and just kept moving. And then at the end of the workout, felt good. You know, was it always like that? No. Did I see immediate results? No. I look back at some of my pictures and I'm like, man, I remember that day. So as I end this week's episode, I want you to be encouraged. You keep your head up. Don't walk with your head down. Don't figure that, hey, you know what? Life is just, it is what it is. I'm never going to change. I'm always going to be big. I'm always going to be struggling. No, I want you to change your mind frame, change your mindset. And I definitely do not want you to turn to food to feel better. I don't want you to turn to food for comfort. That's not the solution. Listen, you've done that before. Okay, I get it. Food feels good. Eating food when we're down feels good. That's maybe something that you're used to, but it's time to change that habit and form a new habit. I want you to change your thinking so you can change the way that you live, because it all starts in the battlefield of your mind, my friend. Don't give up. Quitting is not an option. Giving up is not an option. I'm not going to let you give up. No, you are not going to throw in the towel. No, not at all. Not at all. It's time to keep moving. You keep moving. You keep looking ahead. Yes, progress may be slow. Yes, progress may be slow. Things may not be where you want them to be right now. You may look at the scale and the scale says one thing and you're hoping that it said something else by now. Hey, accept the fact that it hadn't changed, or at least it hadn't moved the way how you wanted it to move. I want you to accept the fact that right now things have not changed. That's a reality, but you can always do something about it. Going backwards will never help you to go forward. Looking back will never help you to go forward. Looking ahead and moving forward will lead to progress, no matter how long it will take. It's not the big giant leaps that we make that's going to lead to success. It's the small steps, the gradual progress that allows us to see results and to achieve and to have success. So listen, no, you're not going to go backwards. No, you're not going to stop going to the gym. No, you're not going to stop eating healthy and learning about healthy eating. No, you are not going to stop. It's as simple as that. I'm talking to you like you're my friend right now, because I am. Look at me as your big brother if you want to. Hey, no, we've come too far to give up now. No, looking in the rearview mirror, there's nothing back there for you. You're not in the past anymore. Yeah, you may have been told all kinds of negative things by people close to you. They may have dogged you out and told you, hey, you're always going to be struggling. You're always going to be heavy. You're just big boned it, as they say. It runs in our family. It runs in your family. Just enjoy yourself. Eat whatever you want. Just do it in quote unquote moderation. Please, come on. Yes, you will make a difference in your life. You will be different. You will be a new person. You will be a transformed person. Already start thinking about the transformation now. Sometimes you got to cut off the television, put down the cell phone, get off social media, and just lay in the bed and start thinking positive thoughts about who you want to be and what your life will be like, what your health will be like. Because you know what? Carrying stress is not good. We're not meant to carry stress in our bodies. Stress leads to all kinds of just adverse effects on the body and symptoms and whatnot. And you're not sleeping and you're just carrying all this stuff on your shoulders. And then it leads to eating comfort food and just making poor choices and just, dragging yourself to work, dragging yourself through life. And it's like, come on, no, lift your head up, lift your shoulders up, move your shoulders back. Think about it. So no, you're not going to be walking around drooping with your head down and feeling sorry for yourself. No, stop it. You be encouraged. So this week, I want you to keep looking forward. Those things that maybe you have set aside, those habits, those good habits that you've set aside and that you started, it's time to regroup, time to reset, time to reclaim and reignite those good habits. Forming good habits are only going to help you to succeed. Take it day by day, my friend. This is not time to give up, cave in, and quit, like I said, but it's time to move forward. So for this week, and as always, I want you to stay focused, keep moving, never go back, leap forward, bounce back because you can, my friend. And above all else, trust God. You got this. I believe in you. Be sure to visit the website at www.beatingdiabetieslifestyle.com for access to free resources and other information that will help you along your journey. If you would like to submit a question or a comment about the show or to learn more about the Beating Diabetes Lifestyle, you can always email me at hello@beatingdiabetieslifestyle.com. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to this podcast.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the Beating Diabetes Lifestyle Podcast with Oscar Camejo. We hope you enjoyed this episode. As a reminder, this podcast is intended for motivational and educational purposes only. It is not a substitute for professional care by a physician or other healthcare professional or qualified fitness instructor. This podcast is provided on the understanding that it does not constitute medical or professional advice or services. If you're looking for help on your journey, seek a qualified medical practitioner. It's important that you utilize someone who is a trained, licensed healthcare professional who can help you on your journey toward good health.